Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services, and I welcome you all to a new learning series via News in Focus. And today's topic of discussion is artificial sweeteners and its health effect. Why we are discussing this news? Because recently WHO has come up with a guideline how the long-term use of artificial sweeteners can have a consequential and negative effect in the human health. So we'll understand the details. This is directly relevant for a prelims examination in biology section and science related question. And if you're preparing for any other government examination, it will be directly important there as well. So without any further ado, let's get started. So recently, the World Health Organization has released a new guideline with regards to the non-sugar sweetener. We also call it artificial sweeteners, which recommend against the use of NSS to control the body weight or to reduce the part of non-communicable diseases, right? And even the report emphasizes that while there was a need to intake the sugar, it should not be replaced by artificial sugar. This is what the report by WHO has categorically noted. And it said that its further use and the longer use can have a consequences in the human body. And brief about artificial sweeteners. What are artificial sweeteners? These are sugar substitute are chemical that is added to some food and beverages to make them sweeter, right? People often refer them as intense sweetener because they provide similar taste that of sugar, the table sugar that we use, and several thousand times it is sweeter. If you take very less amount also, you'll get the higher taste in the sweetness, right? I'll tell you which are the other sweetness type of artificial sweeteners which is mostly used in a while. Now, although some sweeteners contain calorie, the amount needed to sweeten the product is too small and end up consuming no calories. So that is the reason it is preferred. A very less amount give you high sweetness and they have very less calorie, but consequent it has a lot more health repercussions. Artificial sweeteners are the molecule that are enough to have a sugar molecule to fit to the sweetness receptors. Now, which all are the types of artificial sugar which is mostly used? This is saccharin. I think most of you must be aware of saccharin if you visit to any juice stalls that intentionally use it. Avoid taking this. These are very sweet, like this is 50 times to 100 times sweetness than the normal sugar. Then there is sucrose, then again saccharin and sativa. So these are the part of artificial sugars which is recently used, which have been frequently in use to the mankind. Now, how the natural and artificial sugar differ, specifically when it comes to the function of the brain, the stimulations to the brain. When you have a natural sugar, it activates and reward the pathway that is releasing for the good chemicals like dopamine. This is what that is called as like happy hormone, that is dopamine, right? And in natural sugar, it also broke down and absorbed by the stomach and the small intestine before being released into bloodstream and even used immediately to give us the energy. Now, the same goes opposite for the artificial sweeteners. These does not activate the part of reward which is there in the human brain, right? And even the artificial sweeteners travel through our digestive system, which is undigested, leading to bloat and intestinal gas and even diarrhea. So that is the reason it is always advisable to use the part of natural sugar in terms of food, in terms of anything that has a natural carrier to sugar instead of using the artificial one. Now, what WHO has said in the artificial sweeteners, what does WHO take? The report that was published by WHO has said that artificial sweeteners could be, in terms of reducing weight, it is helpful, but in a longer run, it will only promote the weight gain. And it has a health risk involved, or कौन से ऐसे health risk है that call for using of for a good number of years you're using artificial sweeteners. This can lead to type 2 diabetics, the human body. There's a cardiovascular disease that is also attached for the long-term uses of artificial sweeteners, mortality in the longer run. So these are the consequential event which take place once you take a longer part of the artificial sweetness. Now, some of certainly data that is linked to the bladder cancer, preterm birth when consumed by the pregnant women also. Now, what are the doctor recommendations? What doctor has actually advised and what they actually say about the artificial Sweetness. So the expert are of the opinion that this can increase the risk of physical and mental disorder to human. Artificial sweeteners should absolutely not be consumed by the non-diabetics for the weight loss. It has been recent trend that most people who are healthy also they are taking artificial sweeteners just to reduce their calorie. This is something very malpractice and even not a healthy practice that is being done. Now, non-sugar sweeteners can have impact neurotransmitter and even the level of brain. It can change your mood and individual behavior. Now, apart from this, there can be liver damage, the gut poor health due to excessive artificial sweetener as a part of risk to the non-communicable diseases. So these are some of the negative consequences, ill health effect of using the artificial sweeteners. So make sure you as an individual do not consume it. And if you know someone who is actually using, you can make them aware about the part that it should not be consumed. In a longer run, it is always a negative consequences to the human health. So this was all about for this topic, for this information. If you like this video, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. Like this content, do give us a thumbs up. We'll meet in next informative videos with same useful content. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this.